Hey guys, welcome to a new video, and today we are talking about 7 different types of fasting. There's different ways of how to do fasting, but first, yes, I have a new hairdo. It changed completely. I was so tired of long hair, so I just needed to just take it off, and this is very easy. I'm very happy with it. And let me know what you think in the description box below. So before I start with number 1, fasting is not for everyone. When you are on medication for diabetes and when you are trying to get pregnant or you are pregnant, fasting is not for you. It's best to just eat smaller portions more times on the day. That being said, let's start with number 1, overnight fasting. It's actually very simple and easy because you're probably already doing it sometimes without even knowing. It's because it's 12 hours to 12 hours, meaning 12 hours of fasting, 12 hours eating window that you do eat your food. In this 12 hours of fasting, it's very simple because probably 6 to 8 hours you're already sleeping. So it's very simple to do that. Just start, in the evening when you stop eating at 9 and till 9 in the morning when you wake up, and then you have your breakfast. Voila, you already have 12 hours. So that's not so difficult. Number 2 is time restricted fasting. Time restricted fasting is a little bit similar like the overnight fasting, only we are trying to move the time up and make the fasting time longer. Meaning, so instead of 12-12, we go from 14 to 10. 14-hour fasting, 10-hour eating window, or 16-8, 18-6, or even for the diehards, 20 and 4. So 20 hours of fasting and only a 4-hour eating window. Number 3 is the 5-2 fasting. Meaning, in this way of fasting, it's 5 days a week. You eat just normal. You don't count any calories or whatsoever. You just eat normal, how you feel like eating normally. Only 2 days a week you eat very restricted. So that means that it's not that you don't eat completely, but you only eat a little bit, like 500 to 600 calories, meaning one meal in the middle of the day, and that's it. And you keep your calories a little low. So that means that you have a sort of catching up, like balanced day compared to the other days. So in these 2 days, it's more like a balanced restricted day to balance out the total amount of calories that you take in for the whole week. Then number 4 is eat, stop, eat fasting. It's a little bit the same as the 5-2 fasting, only 2 days a week you completely stop eating for 24 hours, 2 times a week. So actually you give your body a break from eating. So that helps mentally, but also you physically, because you give your body a rest. Actually, your digestive systems can relax, and because normally they're working and they're working and they're working and they're working, and now you give them a little break. But when the fasting is over, that means that you have to go back to normal eating. Don't go crazy after this 20-hour fast and say, okay, I fasted. This is good for losing weight, so let's put some junk food and whatever, I don't know what in it, or go overeating. No, you have to go in this week, just have a normal balance of eating that you normally have. Only 2 days, you give your body a complete break from food. Make sure you always drink during the fasting, especially water. It's very important. I will talk about that in other video. From the fasting mistakes that you can make. So the link of that will be in the description box below. Then we have number 5, and that is a whole day fasting. it is different than the 24-hour fast from the Eat Stop Eat, and it's different from the 5-2 fasting, because then you look at the total week. This you can do just for choose any random day that you like. You stop eating for 24 hours, around 24 hours, but the goal in this one is that you just eat one meal in the day. It is a very difficult one because one meal a day means that you have to get all your calories in, all your nutrients in, and that means that it's one big ass meal. If you are a very good big eater, then probably you can do it, but it's a one big ass meal to get all your calories in there in just one meal, and that's it. So it is a very difficult one. I would not suggest it to do it too much, but if it works for you, it works for you. I mean, we might say that you cannot. Number 6, alternative day of fasting. Well, it already says it. In any other day, you choose whenever you want to. You do a fasting, or you do like the time restricted fasting. I would recommend to do that any other day, the time restricted fasting. I mean, there's no rules in it that you have to follow it strictly so many days a week or so many days a month, or I don't know what, you know. So there's no rules, so be flexible with it. So one day when you don't really feel like eating or you don't feel hungry, use this day to do your fasting or to time restricted fasting or stretch your fasting, because it's easy for you to do it at that point. But if you feel hungry, just go eat, because your body is obviously giving you the signal that it needs and wants the food. So don't fight it against it, because that doesn't work at all. So be careful with that. And then the last one is number 7, choose your day fasting. This means just actually choose whenever you want, be flexible, don't be too restricted, just go with the flow. Feel naturally how your body is responding and how it's doing. That means that if you feel hungry, just go and eat. You know, be normal with what you eat. Don't go crazy overboard. Just keep that normal balance. But when you feel hungry, eat. Don't be like, ah shit, I need still 4 hours before I'm allowed to eat because I am now doing this 16 to 8 window. Whatever, you know, if you still have 4 hours to go, means that you had a 12-12 window, so be it. It's also good, it's also fine. So just when your body says it's hungry, just go eat. Don't fight it against it, because then it becomes unnatural. It needs to you need to go with the flow to make sure that it's just natural, something that, you know, feels good, and that's the most important thing. So if you can go one day without food, so be it. Or if you don't eat so much in one day, who cares? Just don't do it too often, not every day, all the time. You know, make sure that you have your low days, higher days, low days, higher days, all the time like this. You know, low, 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 low. Of course, then you are developing an eating disorder, and that's not what we want. So be careful with that. That was it, guys. I hope you got a lot of information from this, and that you can, you know, try and play with it, have fun with it, and let me know how it goes. You know, write it down in the comments below. If you have any other questions, just let me know and I'll answer them for you. And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. Give this video a thumbs up, and then I'll see you next week. Ciao!